Hi ladies, I'm so sorry. When I went to do the video today, it said I had to have 100 followers to do a Facebook Live on this VIP page. Let me do it last week, or last month, but anyways, here we go. These are the cards or the pieces that you got in your package this month. You got 3 little pieces of designer paper. And I'm going to go through this pretty quick because I'm not sure if I can even upload this video to Facebook, but we'll try it. They measure 3 3/4 by 5 inches. You also got 3 pieces of basic white. Now double check the measurements because they should be 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. So if they're not, you can trim them down. Or you can leave them at 5 1/4 and by 4, and I'll show you the difference it makes. And then you got 3 card bases. We're just going to do one today. So this technique is called stack, slice, and shuffle. So I have my pieces all stacked up nice and snug, and if you have the Stampin' Up! Trimmer, you can easily cut through all 3 pieces of pattern paper. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put the 5-inch side at the top of my trimmer, and like I said, make sure everything's all matched up nice and neat, and I'm going to cut that at 2 1/2, and I'm just gonna, actually those aren't very, there we go, that's better, at 2 1/2, and I'm going to set this piece over here. I'll move it around in a minute when I can get my trimmer. I'll set that right here so that you can see. Then I'm going to turn this back kind of the right way, and I'm going to slice that at 1 1/2. Now the cool thing about this technique is I could slice this at 2 inches, I could slice it at 1 inch. There really are no rules. You just want to make sure that you have your stacks all lined up. So this one is at 1 1/2. And then I'm just going to put that back over here. And I'll put that one there because you want everything lined up. I'm going to set my trimmer aside. So that's the stack, slice, and now we're going to shuffle. So I'm going to leave this one on top. I'm going to take this stack and I'm going to shuffle once. So didn't touch this one. This one we shuffled once. This one I'm going to do 1, 2 to get a totally different bottom to my card. Now this paper is double-sided, so you can decide what colors you want depending on the card bases that I put in your kit. And then we're going to take our card bases one at a time. And it's really important that you leave these stacked up. I did this at an event one time, and I told everybody to make sure that your stacks stay stacked. And some people don't follow directions very well. Anyways, I prefer to use Tombow for this because it gives us a little bit of wiggle room. And you don't need as much glue on there as I put on. This piece, it doesn't matter because there's no directionality to it. So this is going to leave us just that scant little border around the edge. So you see it's going to give us just that nice little border. So that was the bottom piece. And then I'm going to take the top piece here. Apply some adhesive on that. And using this as my guide, I'm going to get that on as straight as I can. Get that a little burnished down. And then I'm going to take this piece and put it down as well. And in the interest of time, because like I said, I'm not sure if I can even upload this video, and sometimes they put time limits on it, so I'm going to make this as quick as I can. I would do the same thing now with the other 3 layers. So I'm just going to set that aside for now. And what I've done, I've gone ahead and punched out one of these circle dies. If you tune in tonight at 7 on my other Facebook group, Stampin' Wheels, I'm going to show these dies again and what a great deal they are. Because I didn't realize there were 2 sets of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 12 circle dies. These are phenomenal. And I also used one of the decal circle dies to give me the sentiment circle. So I took the stamp set that we all got in our kits last month, which is where, but you can use any sentiment you want. But I did the I really appreciate you, because I went ahead and did some other cards just to show you what they look like finished. So I've got that. I've got my Pretty in Pink ink here. Excuse me. And I'm just going to put this on here. Like that. And before we do anything further, I'm actually going to take this card base and I'm going to run it through the embossing machine with the embossing folder that came with your kit. Now this is totally optional. You can leave it unembossed if you like, but I'm going to show you some other samples with some other embossing folders that I did earlier today. So I'm just going to put that in, and bear with me while I go to my machine here and run this through very quickly. So my first video with you guys, I was the incredible roller coaster ride. Today it's can't upload a Facebook Live. Anywho, we'll get it figured out. So look at the texture it adds to that card. Just something that elevates it just a little bit, especially on the more plainer piece of paper. So again, I'm just going to quickly put this together. So try one with, try one without embossing. If you don't have an embossing machine, a stamp cut and emboss machine, now's a great time because until the end of the month, they're 10% off. And then I'm going to put this on. And I'm going to show you 3 completed cards in 1 minute here. So I'll put that on. And for this one, I just put a little bit of glue. You can use dimensionals. Really, you can do whatever you like. You could add ribbon, because your kits all have ribbon in them. Just give that a little press down. And I do have some dimensionals here that I'm going to add to my sentiment piece. I love dimensionals. So those mats, you can actually cut them on a diagonal. You can cut them into strips. Like I said, the sky's the limit. If you do a search for stack, slice, and shuffle, you will get tons and tons of ideas. And then for this one, I just added one piece of bling. So there you have one card. So you can see how fast these will come together once you start assembling. And like I said earlier today, I went ahead and I used the same paper pack, but different patterns. And this one I used, have I shown you these humongous embossing folders? They're 8.5 by 6. And look at that fun one with the dots. I think you've seen that one before. And then I did, oh, that's the one I just did. This is using a new wood grain that we got when we attended a preview event last Saturday. And this one I actually used the background. See how there's the little space between the pieces? This white piece, I did it just to show you, is 5 1/4 by 4. So you get more definition between the panels if that's the look you're going for. And then this last one, I used this embossing folder. And again, it gives it a really beautiful little finish to those cards. So thanks for joining me. I hope that I can get this in under 10 minutes and I'll get it posted. Thanks, ladies. Bye.